Pi Network just got adopted as a fiat gateway by OKX and Bitget, and analysts are calling for a potential run back to $1. This is absolutely massive news that's flying under the radar, and the technical analysis is showing some incredibly bullish signals. Make sure to watch this video entirely until the end, because this could be huge for Pi holders. What's up, crypto warriors? Welcome back to Gold Rush Crypto Daily. I'm Goldrush, and today we're diving deep into two absolutely game-changing stories about Pi Network that have me more bullish than I've been in months. We're talking about major exchange adoption, whale movements, and price predictions that could make your jaw drop. Let's get into it. Before we jump into these articles, let's look at where Pi Network stands right now. Pi is currently trading around 47 cents, down from its recent high of 52 cents. Now, I know what you're thinking, Goldrush, that sounds bearish. But hold on, because the volume patterns and support levels are telling a completely different story. Pi's market cap is holding incredibly strong, and the fact that it's maintaining these levels despite massive token unlocks is absolutely parabolic behavior. Let's start with this interesting article from G2Master that's got the entire Pi community buzzing. According to this piece, Pi Network is once again in the spotlight after OKX and Bitget officially adopted Pi as a fiat gateway, reinforcing Pi's position as a global digital settlement layer. This is absolutely massive. When I read this, I literally had to read it twice because this changes everything. We're not talking about some small exchange here. OKX and Bitget are major players in the crypto space. This positions Pi Network not just as another crypto asset, but as a functional solution for cross-border payments. As you can see in this article, they're highlighting Pi's strength with over 400,000 active nodes globally. That's more than Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. Mark my words, this kind of infrastructure doesn't go unnoticed by institutional investors. The article mentions increasing chatter about potential listings on Binance and Kraken. Now, I've been following Pi Network since the early days, and let me tell you, if Binance picks up Pi, we're looking at a completely different ballgame. Binance has one of the world's largest active user bases, and that kind of exposure could send Pi absolutely parabolic. What's really catching my attention is how Pi Network is building a solid application ecosystem. According to this article, there are already many Pi-based dApps live within the Pi browser, from marketplaces to education and healthcare applications. This isn't just speculation anymore. This is real-world utility happening right now. The article emphasizes that Pi's focus on real-world utility and adoption stands out in a market that's becoming increasingly selective. Unlike other crypto assets that rely on price volatility for attention, Pi Network is prioritizing ecosystem building and tangible use cases. This is exactly what I've been preaching to you guys. Utility drives long-term value. Now let's dive into this second article from Coinpedia that's got some incredibly bullish price analysis. The article states, the price of Pi Network's token, Pi, has seen sharp ups and downs lately, dropping from 52 cents to around 45 cents. But here's the kicker, and this is where it gets really interesting. Crypto analyst Dr. Altcoin is saying it's been over a week since Pi dropped into the 40-cent range, and it's unlikely to fall much lower. According to him, as the market approaches the end of August, the rate of new token unlocks is expected to slow down by at least 30%. This is absolutely crucial information. The article mentions that Pi is holding firm at the critical 40-cent support level, and this is happening despite the network unlocking a massive 276 million Pi tokens between June 28th and July 15th. The fact that the price hasn't crashed further is a massively bullish signal. Look at this data here. If Pi can break above the descending price channel it's been stuck in, analysts are eyeing targets like 98 cents, $1.38, and even $1.67 in the coming months. A breakout above 60 cents could be the first signal for such a move, setting the stage for a run toward that legendary $1 mark. Mark my words, July and August might be the lowest price levels Pi will ever see again before beginning a steady rise. This is what I call a sleeping giant about to wake up. The technical patterns are screaming bullish, and the fundamental developments are absolutely massive. What's really got me excited is how Pi Network is transforming from a community-driven project to a true digital settlement instrument. The article mentions that using Pi as a fiat gateway opens opportunities for small and medium-sized businesses to accept Pi for cross-border payments without the high transaction costs that typically burden international trade. This is game-changing stuff. We're talking about real economic impact, especially in developing countries where access to global payment systems remains limited. Pi Network is positioning itself as the bridge toward a more inclusive and efficient financial system. The institutional adoption we're seeing with OKX and Bitget is just the beginning. These exchanges don't just randomly adopt tokens as fiat gateways. They do their due diligence. The fact that they're confident enough in Pi Network to integrate it into their payment systems tells me that major whales and institutions are paying attention. According to the analysis, Pi Network's ongoing efforts to expand integrations with global exchanges and fiat gateways will further strengthen its market positioning. As more users engage within the Pi ecosystem, its utility and ecosystem stability will continue to grow. What sets Pi Network apart is its community-driven approach. The article emphasizes that Pi Network allows its community to dictate economic policies, from utilizing Pi as a medium of exchange to managing its coin supply in a decentralized manner. This aligns perfectly with the Web3 vision of building a transparent, decentralized economic ecosystem. The Pi community can anticipate further announcements regarding potential integrations with Binance and Kraken, which would grant millions of new users worldwide access to Pi. This will mark a critical milestone in Pi Network's journey to expand its influence as a global digital settlement layer. Now, let's be real for a moment. The crypto market is volatile, and Pi Network faces the same challenges as any other digital asset. The upcoming token unlocks could create short-term selling pressure, but the fact that Pi has held its support levels so well during previous unlocks is incredibly encouraging. The article mentions that Pi Network has implemented strict security measures and continues to educate users on safeguarding their wallet passphrase offline to prevent scams. This kind of focus on security and user education builds the trust necessary for long-term adoption. Based on the technical analysis and fundamental developments we've covered, I'm seeing multiple scenarios playing out. The immediate resistance at 60 cents is crucial. If Pi breaks above that level, we could see a rapid move toward the $1 target that everyone's been waiting for. The longer-term targets at $1.38 and $1.67 might sound aggressive, but when you consider the utility being built, the exchange adoptions, and the growing ecosystem, these numbers start to make a lot of sense. This is exactly why I keep telling you guys to stay informed and never miss these crucial market developments. If you found this analysis valuable, absolutely smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push this content to more crypto enthusiasts who need to see this information. Make sure you're subscribed to Gold Rush Crypto Daily and hit that notification bell, because we're covering the most important developments in crypto every single day. Share this video with your crypto friends, because this Pi Network analysis could change their entire perspective on this project. The momentum behind Pi Network is absolutely undeniable. From OKX and Bitget adoption to potential Binance and Kraken listings, from strong technical support levels to growing real-world utility, all the pieces are coming together for what could be a parabolic move. For Pi pioneers, this momentum serves as a reminder to remain consistent in supporting Pi Network's growth by continuing to mine, utilizing Pi in real transactions, and contributing to the development of meaningful Pi-based dApps within the ecosystem. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But the data we've analyzed today paints an incredibly bullish picture for Pi Network's future. That's a wrap for today's analysis. Keep grinding, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue tracking Pi Network's journey to the moon. Until then, stay bullish, crypto warriors.